Can it continue to do so if we're starting to see this more material softening in the labor market take shape and policies still staying tight?
Yeah, I mean, I think this kind of a trend is somewhat self-sustaining. I think one key answer to your question is a concept that we call the break-even number, and that's the number of job gains you need to see from the payroll survey to keep the unemployment rate from going up, given the labor supply that we have. So look, if you have a certain labor supply that's growing at a decent clip, and we've actually done better than decent on that front, I'll say a bit more about that in a second, you can add job gains numbers anywhere from, say, 150K to 250K and keep the unemployment rate in the range that it's been, below 4% for over 2 years. Now, one very notable statistics from today's report was the fact that women's employment rates and their labor force participation rate for prime-age women were the highest rates on record going all the way back to 1948. So one of the things that helps keep that break-even rate at a good solid number is that kind of a labor supply buildup, and that's been good to see.
Jared, everybody seems to be celebrating the fact that we have evidence of a softening job market here. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, and I know that you're not going to comment on the Fed, so I'm not going to ask you about the Fed, but there's an interest rate implication here. Obviously, the markets are already reacting. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves in celebrating that trajectory, do you worry that this could be the beginning of something that you cannot stop?
Well, I think that the stabilization to something more steady, more sustainable, is very consistent with the numbers that we're seeing today. I mean, we wrote about this on the CAA blog, this very point today, and we talked about labor supply and labor demand realigning. If you go back a year or so and you look at not just employment, but employment plus vacancies, it was way ahead of labor supply. And that's a kind of an overheating dynamic. What you want to see is that number come down, not because you're adding fewer jobs, but because vacancies come down. A vacancy comes down, somebody doesn't lose a job. So vacancies come down and labor supply comes up. Well, if you look at this very friendly trend, this trend towards a more sustainable labor market pace, it's been driven, sorry, this is a phone. It's been driven both by vacancies coming down and labor supply going up. And so that is precisely the way you want to handle that realignment.
Jared, if that was the president calling, please don't hang up on him on our account.
It was not.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, and I'm glad that you were spending your time with us instead. When you look at some of the different demographics within this report, black unemployment, for example, back down to 5.6% after the month prior. It had hit the highest level since 2022. What is happening there?
Yeah.
How are you thinking about that in your analysis?
Sure. That's a great reminder that we should never over-torque on 1 month's data, especially with some of the subcomponents that are statistically noisy. One of the things we looked at, and this is a great way to squeeze out some of the noise, is the yearly black unemployment rate, which in 2023 hit its lowest level on record. We know that one of the things that happens in a job market is when we persistently hit full employment, we have an unemployment rate below 4% for well over 2 years now, 27 months. Some of the folks who have the toughest labor market conditions benefit disproportionately from the persistence of low unemployment. We've seen that in the black rate, we've seen that in Hispanic outcomes, and at CEA we've documented not only how this has helped members of economically vulnerable groups to see better wage gains, but how it's improved their relative standing, the black-white unemployment gap, again, lowest on record in 2023. That's just what happens when you sustain full employment.
To what extent, then, are you concerned about wages continuing to outpace inflation and becoming inflationary themselves, Jared? Could that happen as part of this evolution in the job market?
Well, when you ask the chair of the CEA, when the question starts, are you concerned, the answer is yes, right there, because I have to be concerned about everything. I mean, I do think that this labor market has consistently performed extremely well, and I know the president cares a lot about that, but there's always banana peels. I think when it comes to wages, the key thing there is, yes, we've seen some nominal wage growth deceleration, and that's important from the Fed's perspective. It's important from the sustainability perspective, but we've seen inflation come down more. Mm-hmm. And as Acting Secretary Su was saying, that's really important for people's bottom line. Year over year, we've had wages for middle wage workers beating prices for 13 months in a row. We can't yet speak about April because we don't have April CPI yet, but we know that the nominal increase was 3.9, and so I expect that will beat inflation as well. And so that's really important, especially in a world where we still have work to do when it comes to lowering costs, helping families get some breathing room, and real wage gains make a difference there.